Welcome to Epic Elite Breaking the Ranks. This was actually the third quest video I ever did. And one of the things that I want to do is some of those early videos, I want to take them down because, it was done. Like this one, for example, was done 2 years ago. It doesn't represent the current state of the game. It's basically obsolete. I'm also hoping I can get a better time because in that video I took like 38 minutes to do the quest. I was level 28. But the gear has changed. I'm level 28 now, and my stats are a little bit better. This is not fully buffed up, so the armor class is going to get considerably better. Let's just throw on the mage armor, 190. I think that's what I top out at. Maybe a little bit higher. Nope. So 190 armor class, 148 PRR. The PRR is down 10 from where it would otherwise have been prior to this update. But I have my gear set up a little bit differently than I did before when I was level 28. So let's take a look at the gear. So I'm still using Epic Glimpse of the Soul. I could be using, like random gen to get higher wisdom, or my goggles out of Defiler. I didn't even want to take those goggles out of the bank to just use them for a couple levels because I have a really nice set of goggles waiting for me at level 30. Don't need extra garbage clogging up my personal bank. So these will do for now. Wisdom 11 and a whole bunch of other goodies on there. And I want to point out that the topaz have blindness immunity. Had a little bit of trouble with the getting blinded in the last video. The good old Shadow Dragon Plate armor. I want to do a video coming up soon comparing the Shadow Dragon Plate to this the Scale Mail of the Celestial Sage. Against maybe some like epic or legendary elite archers, just to see the difference in the amount of damage that I'm taking. But this is such a solid armor. It's got the 3060 DR and ghostly and just lots of good stuff on there. Love it. Got the legendary green steel bracers, again just up to tier 2, spell point and hit point item and charisma skills item for intimidate. The Ring of Shadows, so I've got this for lesser displacement. Now, normally at level 28, I'd be wearing the belted braided beards, but again, I moved some things around because of the new gear, and so I think I'm still going to be using the belted braided beards, but that might not be used until level 30. I decided to go with the Epic Boots of Innocent, so I had used the ship kickers before. And I really didn't like getting feared, and I know that I could slot fear immunity, but, I really like the all-on greater heroism here. +4 morale bonus to attack rolls, saving throws, and skill checks. I mean, that's huge. So it's got other goodies on there too. Not a whole lot that I'm going to benefit from. I mean, the Resistance 11 is going to be redundant from my Circle of Malevolence, which I'm not wearing yet, so this is definitely helping now. Speed 15 doesn't really mean a lot to me. I don't really need the attack speed. The movement speed bonus is redundant from the quiver. It's got a couple slots, so I mean it's definitely a really solid item. And really, the ship kickers for me were, that was about getting the riposte. Having the extra saves there. So I think this is gonna be my end game boots for now because of the greater heroism. I still got the gauntlets of the Arcane Soldier. This is new for this level, but I'm still using them. It's possible that I might do away with this and get some random gen like lore 12%. It's hard to say. This is, quality spell focus 1 is the biggest reason why I have it. The arcane augmentation, that affects Firewall and Ice Storm, but none of my other spells. Maybe Sunburst, actually. But that's not a big deal. The Spellcraft 20, well, I can slot Spellcraft 15. Wizardry 11, well, I can slot 250. So, I don't really have strong feelings about this item. It's something that I feel like I could replace, but I'm going to use it for now. Just want to offer you my thoughts on it. So got the Guardian's Ring, and normally at level 28 I would have the Sightless, but I got the new helm out of Memoirs of an Illusory Larcener. So I'm going to be using the Guardian's Ring for another level or 2. And I have a level 30 Sheltering and Con Ring waiting for me. So I'm down to about 10 PRR from where I would otherwise be at level 28. But I looked at that old video of me doing this, and my PRR was only like 124, I think. So, better than that. Epic Belt of Thoughtful Remembrance. So, Con 11. I don't know what the dodge is doing a whole lot for me right now. I have 9% to dodge. Let's take that off. Oh, I'm getting a couple dodge out of it. Legendary Earthen Mantle. Okay, so this is brand new. This is out of Search and Rescue, my favorite quest out of Update 31. Really cool quest. But this has got Quality Wisdom 4, Evocation Focus 7. That's pretty huge. You know, that's another 3 to my DCs for my Evocation. Quality Balance 5. I like that because I'm a tank, you know. I don't want to fall over. It's got the Mythic 1 on there. As far as I know, this can come up to Mythic 4. And I've got Slot Up Sapphire of Good Luck plus 2. Now, normally, I'd be using the Mysterious Cloak. This was endgame for me. This was a little painful to give this up. Now, I will say this. For a traditional Druid caster, the Legendary Earthen Mantle is the hands-down choice. But because this is a tankier build, giving up this 25 MRR and 45 heal lamp, that was a little painful. Now, I can get that if I craft a green steel. I might do the triple positive and go for that 1,000 temporary hit points, in which I can craft, I believe, heal lamp, MRR, and then like a 7 insightful stat of maybe like charisma or something. And that's going to help out my intimidate. So could go that route. And if I do that, I will be losing the 17 universal spell lore on the Thunderforge, which is why I was saying I might go with 12% universal spell lore on set of gloves. If I do that, then I think I probably really want to try to get an Ice Lore ring that has sheltering on it. But then Con's going to be a little bit tricky. I don't know. You know, this is the headache of moving your gear around. Let's see. Okay, Epic Litany of the Dead. +2 stacking bonus to all stats. Totally awesome. Slotted up with Strength and Dexterity 8. It's got a guard on it too. My beloved Torc. Legendary Pansophic Circlet. This is such an amazing caster item. I mean, really just about any caster is going to want to use this. It is the highest potency item in the game right now. With potency 131. That's huge. I mean, the highest before that, well, you could craft 100 onto Thunderforge, but after this new random generated loot system came out, you know, we can find like something around like 112 maybe ish on random gen loot. I'm not sure of the exact number that's the highest, but it's about that. So it's the highest potency item. Plus, I got Insightful Potency 65. That's giant. And Quality Potency 15. So the Quality Potency 15, that's not higher than what's on the Sage's armors that come out of Hound of Zoria and Legendary Hound of Zoria and Legendary Tempest Spine. But I don't think I'm going to be using those armors anyways. 10% magical efficiency. 10% reduction in spell point cost of your spells. Got a slot of Draconic Soul Gem, so I have some resistances. I mean, it's just a beautiful item. Got Mythic +1 on there. You know, hopefully someday I'll get better, but that's what I'm using for now, for the Mythic. I have this randomly generated set of goggles in here just to show you, like, if you don't have your Sorc Pass Lives to get that bonus evocation, and you need, you know, higher saves for your Earthquake or something while you're leveling. You know, there's lots of. This is just a good example of a randomly generated item at that level range that would be good to use. You know, this is higher evocation bonus than I had at level 24. You know, I only had a +2. I didn't get the +6 until 26. And Insightful Evocation 2 is huge too. So I just want to show you an example of some goggles that I had found that are pretty nice for mid-epic levels. I already talked about the Mysterious Cloak. This is just an example of it. This is actually not the endgame ring I'm going to wear. I have a Con 13, Sheltering 33, I think. But I'm probably going to wear that next level. And this is the Circle of Malevolence that I would normally wear at 28. I will be wearing this at endgame. It's a beautiful ring out of Mark of Death. And then the Sightless, which, you know, this is something I would normally be wearing at 28 and then at endgame, but not anymore. Legendary Pansophic Circlet is awesome. The Sightless for me was really only about Con 12 and Sheltering 35. That's not the best in show anymore. I mean, we've got Con 16 items now, and Sheltering at least up to 40. I think there might be higher now too. Alright, enough about gear. Oh, and then the complete Thunderforge Ally Scimitar. It's got 150 Glaciation, plus 60 Evocation, so that's not doing anything for me. And the plus 150 spell power on the cold, you know, Pansophic Circlet. I mean, that's only 19 more than this, so I could do without that. That's what I'm saying. Legendary Green Steel is looking more and more attractive now. I mean, if I give up 19 cold spell power, I don't really care. That's not a game changer for me. And then, you know, tier 3 is 70% universal spell lore. Colorless Slot, Dynamo, Insightful, Charisma 2, just to help out the charisma skills, Intimidate. And then the Death Eck Runestone. The Ruby of Corrosion 138 is definitely not needed, so I gotta put something else in there. I'm not. That's only 7 higher than the Pansophic Circlet, so that's definitely. It's not worth taking up a slot for 7 spell power for acid spells. The only acid spell I use is a Storm of Vengeance, and you know it's an important spell, but 7 spell power. What do you frickin' do? That's better to put something else in there. I might put like a guard, like a Crushing Wave Guard, since I lost some slots. You know these the Earthen Mantle and the Pansophic, they only have 1 slot on them as opposed to the items I had before had 2, so I lost a couple slots. It was a little painful. On the enhancement side, I did get rid of the +1 critical chance and then the SLA of shield. I wanted those 3 action points to get nimble reactions, +3 armor dexterity, maximum armor dexterity bonus, and maximum dodge bonus. I'm still not sure if I'm going to benefit from that at endgame. We'll see. I also found out that the +6 armor class is not working from Hardy Nature. The PRR is, and I didn't notice for sure, but I think that the AC is, I think this is actually giving 9 PRR instead of +6 AC and +3 PRR, and that's what some people were reporting on the forums, so just be aware that it is not working properly right now. Everything else is the same. On the Epic Destinies, I did replace Consecration with Evocation Specialist, so that's +3 to the DCs of my Evocation spells. If you want to drop these legendary elite mobs, you know, if I want to do that, like this is important. You know, the Earthquake DC needed to drop those legendary mobs is considerably higher than the old Epic Elite mobs. Everything else is the same here. Let's do the damn quest already. Come on.
It is strangely quiet in the central army camp. It looks like you have to announce your presence.
So you got 1 shrine in here, and you can use it between waves, but if you use it, you lose out on an extra chest. And as far as I know, the extra chest is just junk. Now, if you want to take the time, you can do this quest, you know, when you have a torc, without having to use the shrine. But it's gonna take longer, you know, because you're gonna have to sit there and torc up on the archers. No warlock. Those guys got to be warlocks like way before we got to be warlocks. That's not fair. So I watched a little bit of the old video of me doing this, and you know, like I said, it was literally my third quest video, and like I've got an older mic, it was kind of tinny, and I'm playing music in the background, and my mic's clipping a little bit, so all the more reason just to get rid of it. I was playing music in the background a lot of my early videos. So if you're patient, you know, and you got that torc, you could just sit here and let these guys torque you up. Like you get a full mana bar out of it. Let's just sit here a minute. I haven't done this in a while in a video. I've just sort of shown the torque in action. Now, the smaller numbers that you're seeing, like the plus 11 there, that's from, I've got, you know, 30 seconds left on a charge from the Vile Blasphemies. So like the plus 6, that's Vile Blasphemy, but the plus 29 and the plus 23 there, that's from the torc. You can see how often it's proccing. 24. I want to do a video. What I want to do is in a video, like just sort of show, keep a running tally of how many spell points I'm getting just running a quest normally, just to sort of see, like, am I getting, you know, 300-400 spell points off of it, or is it, you know, 700-800 spell points? I don't really have a feel for that, but already, I mean, I've gotten, looks like several hundred. So hell, maybe I'll do that in this video. That would be a neat thing to add. So to conserve mana here, what I'm going to do is just let my SLAs come off cooldown, and then use those. My burst doesn't have a good enough DC to hit these guys. Neither does my Call Lightning. But no save on the Creeping Cold SLA, no save on the Produce Flame SLA, no save, but there is spell resistance on the Word of Balance. Let's just toss a Word of Balance and see what that does. That just ticked twice for over 1,000 each. That's pretty awesome for an SLA. Using Renewal as maintenance healing, also got Cure Critical loaded up if I need a little bit bigger burst. Now I've got all the metas turned off for that except for Quicken. You know, I just want, if I need just a little bit of a hit, 977, that was a crit. But if I don't need a full heal, you know, I've got heal loaded up, of course, but if I don't need that full heal, I sort of want to buy a third to a half of my bar back, I'm going to toss that Cure Critical, because it's only, you know, with all those metas off, it's 25 spell points, as opposed to heal, well, that's only 41, so it's not much of a difference. But I will use, next level, I'll be picking up Empower Healing spell. Which I know you're like, ugh, Empower Healing, really? Well, I like being a healer. And here's the thing. Here's what I want to show you. Here's sort of like an important gauge for me, okay? Let me take care of these clowns. Okay, watch when I throw a heal right now. I've got 1,521 hit points, right? I throw a heal, and there's lots of number delays. Come on. Where's my heal? There it is. 2145. Okay, that was a crit. Let's toss a non-crit. Jeez, oh Pete, the delay. Come on! 1,072. That's not enough to heal me all the way. Okay, that's 500 short. I want, a goal is to have heal, my heal spell, heal me all the way if I'm at, single digit hit points. Look at my spell points. I mean, I was down to like 1,500 a few minutes ago. Did I just hit for over 2,000 on each of those? That was awesome. It looked like a double crit on the Word of Balance. Okay, so there's the shrine, comes back up. We can use it if we want to, but I'll probably just save it for that final wave. Give them what they came for, City of Compton. That's not going to make any sense if you didn't hear what the DM said. I did a teaching raid tonight, and I had a viewer of the videos in there, and he's saying my videos were funny when I was tired. Because sometimes, I do a lot of these videos like late at night, like it's 2 o'clock in the morning right now. But sometimes I do them like really super late. And sometimes when I do them, I don't realize how tired I am until I go to edit the video. I'm like, oh, wow. I sound really tired. So let me show you another spell here, Creeping Doom. I haven't talked a lot about that, especially lately. So let me toss a Creeping Dooms and do. This is such a cool spell too. So it's an AOE dot basically, and it splashes on your target. One of the lame things that made me overlook this spell early on is that it shoots like a swarm of bees. Okay, and it's super slow to reach its target, and that was just like, I was like, this is a joke. I'm not even gonna pay attention to the spell. But then somebody in the Druid forums was talking about, why don't you have this spell loaded up, or why don't you use it? And so I gave it another look, and it's really cool. Ticks for 200-300 damage, poison damage. So, we got 3 new quests, update 31. I soloed Memoirs of an Illusory Larcener at level 28 earlier today, and I was able to do that without drinking any pots. It was a little slow going because, it was my first time trying to solo on Legendary Elite, and, I just didn't know how, there are no shrines in there, and I didn't know, how the blue bar would hold up. It was interesting too, I was torquing up on the bar fight. It just didn't seem like the torque was proccing that much. And I almost wondered, did they change the proc rate of it? But it seems to be proccing normally in here. So the dragon's breathing ice bombs on us now. You can use Fire Shield if it's hitting you hard. Use the red version of Fire Shield. you get archers grouped up like that, you can toss your Ice Storm and your Storm of Vengeance. No save on those spells. Remember, the acid damage of the Storm of Vengeance. That's the primary damage mode. Now it also does, you know, a lightning bolt every few seconds, but that has a save. But that's not where the most of the damage comes in. You can see they don't move, right? They just, if they group up, toss your AoEs on them. Huge benefit of Ice Storm over Firewall is that there's no save for it. And it does bludgeoning damage, which is untyped, which I don't know if that's going to be affected by the impulse on the Pansophic Circlet. It seems like it would be. I just don't know. I mean, it would make sense. It would stand to reason that it would be. I just don't know for a fact if it's calculating that way in DDO. Okay, so they're a little bit grouped up. Oh, they moved, those clowns. Here again, if you're patient, just shield block and let them torque you up. This is freaking awesome. This is, you know, I've talked about it before, but this is just one of the things I love about playing the Druid caster with higher defenses, because you could just take such a pounding. Like, I got this dragon breathing on me, I got Epic Elite level 31 archers pounding me. No sweat. Using my Hugo Pots of Con and Wisdom. See, if I do that running tally of the torque, then I'm gonna have to like painstakingly watch all the procs when I edit the video. Renewal again is your maintenance healing. That's a really low cost. You know, that only costs what, 5 spell points to cast. Still at 1,500 spell points. Good to go.
Says the Netherlands mage. Well, you're calling the we. Oh, Moss, the Netherlands answered. I thought you might need to catch your breath. But
Hill
since you're
giants.
lying, hill giants, to arms!
Gotta get that Shimon back there, because he's just gonna heal these clowns. You don't need to deal with that. Hit him with the old creeping cold. And it's Galunkadunk. Badunkadunk. right in here. Throw some fire spells just for fun. Down goes Frazier. Yep, let's go ahead and use the shrine. We don't need to push it. We don't need a junk chest. Might be some dancing around with these Shardakai assassins. You know, you get the caster throwing disintegrates and polar rays at ya. And you get the frickin' Shardakai. You get the dragon breathing. Just toss some produce flames to get that Empyrean magic charged up. Here come the assassins. Oh, no, not yet. I haven't been using Sleet Storm, but I just tossed one. That works well against the assassin. It slows him down to a crawl. Spell power boost either. Piece of cake. Not the fastest in the world, but, you know, like I've said before, I love that it's just low stress. Like, I'm not worried about 5,000 mobs coming after me. No big deal. What do we get for completion time? 21 minutes. That's a lot better than 38 minutes. And I felt like I really took my time. You know, I wasn't trying to do this really fast. You know, I feel like I could have done this considerably faster. Probably not under 10 minutes, but, you know, who knows, maybe. Maybe if I hustled. Well, thanks for watching. If you have questions about my videos, you can respond on YouTube. If you have questions about my build, you can respond in the Druid forums. And if you're on Sarlona, you can send me a tell.